Hello, Cardinals. It's Mr. Mon, and we're going to be talking about Lesson 8 Reflection. The focus question of today is, how do energy transformations inform the design of a roller coaster? And you should be taping in that reflection on page 71. Before we start today, we want to understand what we're focusing on. Our objective is the third one. It's to limit possible solutions to a problem by defining criteria and constraints on a design. So we're looking at criteria and constraints when you design an object. We're heading to more engineering things. Reviewing the vocabulary for you, you should have done this on your own, but in case you need some help, here you go. Constraints are limitations or restrictions to a solution. And an example of this would be, what present should I buy? You need it by their birthday? You don't want it to be late. If it's for a child, is it safe or not? Is the store near me? So constraints are the parameters, the restrictions that are placed on any kind of solution. So when there's a problem, there's a set of limitations for each. Criteria is the second vocabulary word. Those are standards or specifications that need to be met. So if you're talking about presents again, what present should I buy? Get standards like, is the cost. Should I get an expensive one or a non-expensive one? How much time it's going to take? Maybe order on Amazon. You need to buy a certain date. And then the happiness of the person you're buying it for. So those would be specifics that you want to meet whenever you have a situation or a problem to solve. Requirements are the constraints and the criteria of a design. So you probably understand requirements because you had requirements for projects and items like that. Maybe you're doing a gift exchange. What present should I buy? It's going to be under $20. I need it by December 16th. Something that Max or whoever likes. Is it safe? Can I find it online? So those would be the requirements, the constraints and criteria for design. Prototypes are a preliminary design of a product that fits one or more basic functions required for the solution. So a prototype is your first trial. You're thinking about what you need to build and then making the first model, the first design to see how it goes. And then modifications are a change to the form or qualities of the prototype. You did this on your roller coaster. Your first design was the prototype, and you made modifications to make it better and better as you went. As you work on your reflection today, you have 1 through 4 to do. That should be on the sheet of paper that's in your notebook. The first one is to reflect on the investigation that you did. The second one, where you designed the roller coaster to accomplish a challenge, and you have questions to answer. You'll be describing problems that you had. How did you modify your design to solve these problems? Can you claim that your design changes were successful? Write an explanation. What criteria did you use to determine the success or lack of success? And what evidence did you gather? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions to answer for number 1. Number 2 is, how do you think roller coasters and amusement parks get the energy they need to move along the tracks? You can talk to your classmates or just do this by yourself, but then describe how a passenger experiences potential and kinetic energy as a roller coaster moves along the track. So I'm sure you've been on some kind of amusement park ride in your life. You'd be describing how potential and kinetic energy change as the roller coaster moves along the track. For step 3, you're going to read your extending your knowledge, twists, turns, and loops. You have 2 discussion questions to answer after reading that in your textbook. And a reminder, this is on textbook page 133. And then finally, number 4, you're going to read extending your knowledge from carbon bonds to the skyline. This is on textbook page 133. It's actually on textbook page. It's right after that. It's on textbook page 137. You'll be looking around to see what you can identify: electricity, thermal energy, light energy. Talking about wasting energy, is that accurate or not? And then harnessing energy, how is that different than the term creating energy? So thinking about energy in a different way. So finally, you have lesson 8 reflection today. There are 4 steps to that. When you get time, in Mr. Mon's class, not anybody else, but in my class yesterday, we started a white lesson review sheet. You need to write 2 or 3 things you learned from each lesson, and you have time to prep for tomorrow. At the end of the class, you're going to want to read lesson 9, getting started. That's on your textbook page 142 to 143. So good luck with your assignment today, Cardinals. Please let me know if you have any questions.